Through Amazon, which is now valued at nearly $1 trillion and includes a cloud computing division that has massive contracts with the CIA, Jeff Bezos is in a unique position to play a role in shaping just not the future of commerce, but also the future of work, technology, and national security. Amazon is everywhere, even in the middle of nowhere. Think about it. What Amazon is about isn't just what exists now, but what will be. Tell me, what product do you think you can't get on Amazon? I guess you'll never stop guessing at that one. The Amazon empire is at the very heart of the company. It's a retail megastore. It's into book selling, entertainment studio, music, grocery store. And the backbone behind the success is not a group, but the skill of a man called Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is not only the richest man in the world, he's built a business empire that is without precedent in the history of American capitalism. His power to shape everything from the future of work to the future of commerce to the future of technology is unrivaled. It's clear that Bezos' ambitions are not likely to remain earthbound as he plans to convey people on Earth into space. How did Bezos transform Amazon from an online bookseller into a $1 trillion business that's unprecedented in size and reach? Well, here's the detail of how he pulled together a plan to build one of the most influential economic and cultural forces in the world. But before we talk about that, make sure to give the video a like. Click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notification bell. You don't want to miss the next interesting video. It's far beyond doubt. The company that began selling as an online bookseller is now shaping our lives in visible and invisible ways that go far beyond commerce. The man behind the Amazon empire, Jeff Bezos, is a uniquely driven individual who's changed the world. He staked a claim on almost everything we buy, and he's on track to bring in $90 billion a year in revenue. Back then, Amazon was about books. Now, it's about everything. Bezos selected the name Amazon by looking through a dictionary, and he settled on it because it was a place that was exotic and different, just as he envisioned for this internet enterprise. The Amazon River, he said, was the biggest in the world, and he planned to make his store the biggest bookstore in the world. Jeff Bezos originally wanted to give the company a magical sounding name, Cadabra. Amazon's first lawyer, Todd Tarbert, convinced him the name sounded too familiar to cadaver, especially over the phone. Bezos also favored Relentless, and if you visit relentless.com today, it'll navigate you to Amazon. Amazon life began back in 1994. No broadband, nothing like Wi-Fi, just one thing, internet. After reading a report about the future of the internet that projected annual web commerce growth at 2,300%, Bezos created a list of 20 products that could be marketed online. He narrowed that down to what he felt were the 5 most promising, which was compact disc, computer hardware, computer software, videos, and books. Bezos finally decided his new business would sell books online because of the large worldwide demand for literature. Americans were spending more than $19 billion a year on books, and because of the low unit price and the huge number of titles available, Bezos decided that selling books was a great idea. Books are easy to ship. Bezos also realized that in the online world there'd be an advantage that no single bookstore could hold all the books in print. He also saw an opportunity to learn about customers through what they read. He recognized very early the power of data to predict what people would want. So in many ways, you are what you read, and you could glean a lot about a customer from what he or she reads. Amazon was founded in the garage of Bezos' rented home in Bellevue, Washington. Bezos' parents invested about $250,000 in the startup. The servers the company used required so much power that Bezos and his wife couldn't run a hairdryer or a vacuum in the house without blowing a fuse. In July 1995, the company began service as an online bookstore. The first book sold on Amazon.com was Douglas Hofstadter's Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies, Computer Models of the Fundamentals Mechanisms of Thought.
Thank you for calling Amazon.com.
In the early days of Amazon, a bell would ring in the office every time someone made a purchase, and people would gather around to see if they knew the customer. It only took a few weeks before the bell was ringing so much they had to turn it off. In the first 2 months of business, they sold to all 50 states and over 45 countries. Within 2 months, their sales were up to $20,000 a week. In October 1995, the company announced itself to the public, and in 1996, it was reincorporated in Delaware. Amazon issued its initial public offering of stock on May 15, 1997, at $18 a share under the NASDAQ Stock Exchange symbol AMZN. Before the end of the year in 1997, Amazon became known to all and sundry. Bezos is very determined and confident and willing to take the risk. In a letter Bezos sent to shareholders after the company first went public, he essentially says, "We're going to forego profit to take market share. Our strategy will be to lose money, which will enable us to put other companies out of business who can't afford to lose money." At the very beginning, he was signaling to shareholders, "I have a strategy to monopolize the market, and it's going to reward you, but it's going to be way down the road. Do you want to go with me?" And they all said yes. Barnes & Noble sued Amazon on May 12, 1997, alleging that Amazon's claim to be the world's largest bookstore was false because it's not a bookstore at all, it's a book broker. It was settled out of court, and Amazon continued to make the same claim. In 1998, Amazon announced it would move beyond books. In 2011, Amazon had 30,000 full-time employees in the U.S. By the end of 2016, 180,000 employees. In 2014, they launched the Fire Phone. It was meant to deliver media streaming options, but it failed, resulting in a $170 million loss. Amazon's first intense Christmas season was 1998. They were dramatically understaffed. Every employee had to take graveyard shifts in fulfillment centers just to meet the orders. They would bring in friends and family and sleep in their car before going to work the next day. After that, they vowed they'd never have a labor shortage again. That's why they hire so many seasonal workers today. Amazon suffered extreme growing pains in the late 90s and early 2000s. Facilities would shut down for hours because of system outages. Piles of product would sit around, ignored by workers, and there was no preparation for new product categories. When the kitchen category was introduced, knives without protective packaging would come hurtling down conveyor chutes. It was extremely dangerous. 2004, Amazon acquires Joyo, an online bookstore in China, for $75 million, which then becomes the 7th regional website of Amazon.com. Joyo later became Amazon China. The following year, Amazon launched Amazon Prime, a membership offering free 2-day shipping anywhere in the contiguous United States with eligible purchases for a flat annual fee of only $79. Amazon's grown through several mergers and acquisitions. The company has also invested in several growing firms, both in the U.S. and internationally. In 2014, Amazon purchased top-level Domain.buy in auction for over $4 million. The company has invested in brands that offer a wide range of services and products, including Engine Yard, a Ruby on Rails platform as a service company, and Living Social, a local deal site. In 2011, Amazon started offering streaming services like Amazon Music and Amazon Video. By 2015, the market capitalization surpassed that of Walmart. Amazon currently dominates the world of consumer goods. Users rely on them for their groceries. The company has spread its sphere of influence into healthcare and military, and recently they've announced their intentions to colonize the moon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, click that like button and the subscribe button. And if there's anything you need me to talk about, hey, let me know and leave a comment here below, and I'll be more than happy to make these videos for you. Don't forget, subscribe, click that bell, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.